This has always been one of my favorite body styles. Not sure why, maybe just because it's so different. Very interesting cars. 1951 Studebaker Champion, four-door sedan. L-head inline six-cylinder underneath the hood. And this one runs smooth. 3-speed manual transmission, shifter on the column. Newer water pump, newer fuel pump. Let's take a look at the grille and the front end in this car. Of course, that futuristic jet look. Has been repainted this kind of battleship gray, I guess, flat gray, if you will. Check out the still pictures. UniqueClassicCars.com. You'll be able to see the underside, interior, engine bay, trunk. If you're watching this video on YouTube, click on the link down below the video in the description. That's going to take you right to our website. Of course, you can call us 507-386-1726. Went with the contrasting wheel color, kind of a bright blue or royal blue. You can see paint shows well. The bright work on the front headlight surrounds a little bit pitted up here. It's one of those cars. Get in, drive it, have some fun. Local roll-ins, cruise-ins, local shows. You won't see one of these every day. They're out there, don't get me wrong. But they're a little fewer and further in between than a lot of cars. Pretty nice looking interior on this. Looks like kind of a herringbone pattern on the cloth. We'll get around to the driver's side. Check it out a little closer. Start it up. Let's hear it run. Take a peek underneath the hood. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, Jason will take it for a drive, show you how it goes down the road. It's riding on radial tires. It'll ride out pretty nice. There are some Studebaker wheel covers we'll send along with it. How about a set of fuzzy dice? Looks like exhaust manifold gaskets, a floor mat. We'll put that all back in the trunk. Speaking of the trunk, that's where the fuel cell is at the moment. Still has a 6-volt system. This is coming out of long-term ownership. Previous owner had it for over 25 years. Take a look at the chrome and the bright work on the rear of the car. It's one of those cars where you could almost drive it backwards and it'd look like you're still going the right way if you put the headlights at the other end. Maybe that's what intrigues me about them so much. A few technician notes on this one. Brakes are at 30% in the front, 40% in the rear, 30% in the front. Could use some attention there. Tires are 2018. Decent shape and plenty of tread. A few other notes from the tech. Fuel gauge is in op because there is a fuel gauge on the fuel cell in the trunk. Front turn signal, speedo, fog lights, and wipers. He also noted in op. If you like these Studebakers, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You never know what you're going to see come through here at Unique Classic Cars. Videos are uploaded daily, and when these videos are uploaded, the vehicles in them are available to purchase. And that can be done online or right off our showroom floor. These handles are cool because rather than the typical back of the day lifting or pulling, this one you actually pull back out at you. There you can see fabric's been redone. Interior on this car is actually very nice. Headliner also. Plenty of room back there for grandkids or friends. Listen how that door closes. Don't do it that way anymore. And again, matching door panel up front. No rips, tears, holes. Looks like newer carpeting. This is cool too. So when we go to start this car, you're going to notice a couple buttons down here. That one that's right there in front of my finger, when we push the clutch all the way down, that is your starter. Your high and low beam would be the other one. Should we see how it works? So let's go ahead and turn this key all the way to the right. We're in neutral, but since we're pushing this clutch down to hit that starter button, look at that, fires right up. So it looked like amp meter came up. Oil pressure moves, goes up. And temp gauge. That was a cold start, so I wouldn't expect that to be up. That's the old stock looking dash, or old stock dash. Check out the rest of it. There's a temperature gauge under the dash there also. Can you hear that run? Pretty smooth. And again, inline 6 L head. I want to say about 2.8 liters. All right, let me pause this a second. We gotta get this hood popped so we can check out underneath there. Up front end. All right, hood popped. And engine bay. There's that 6-volt battery, as you can see. Forgot to mention earlier, if you got any stories from growing up and having the experience of a Studebaker champion, maybe dad or grandfather or mom drove one, go ahead and put some comments down below. I want to hear some stories about the Studebaker champion. Running pretty smooth. That engine doesn't move. Purrs right along. 1951 Studebaker champion 4-door sedan. Call us 507-386-1726. UniqueClassicCars.com is where you can see all those still pics. And remember, we do consider trades. Financing is available. Of course, we can assist with transportation, and this vehicle may be eligible for an extended service contract. Consult with your sales associate when you call in or email.
Hey, it's George from Motorhood Podcast at Unique Classic Cars.
Hey, and this is Jeremy, and we're here to tell you where you can find our podcast. So first off, on all the Audible platforms, including Spotify, iHeart, etc., and also right here on the YouTube channel where you can find all of our episodes,
as well as the rest of our shenanigans.
A few other fun things that we'll do.
And when in doubt,
gas it.
Welcome to Motorhood.
Today we're driving a 1951 Studebaker Champion. When you think of the 50s cars and how they resembled planes of the era with tail fins and what looked like rockets in the back, this one's front end is very airplane. One of the coolest designs. Definitely, in my opinion, Studebaker's coolest design. I can hear the turn signal working. This is a 3 on the tree manual transmission right here on the column. It is easy to shift, smooth running car. Studebaker always did a good job of making a reliable vehicle. Our gas gauge reads empty. Can't vouch for that one. But the amps gauge is over half, showing that the battery is charging. Our oil pressure is over 40, which looks good. The factory temperature gauge has not come off the cold. And over here we have an aftermarket temperature gauge from the way back. Also a vintage gauge. And it's sitting at 100 degrees now. It may come up in a little bit. I'll let you know if it does. Cloth bench seats in this car. Very nicely done. But for a little chrome that's got some hitting, it is, I'd say, restored from the looks of it. Nice looking paint, nice looking interior, headliner as well. Original looking steering wheel. The brakes have a little bit of a howl to them, but they do function. This being a 4-door, easier to bring passengers with you, and such a small car, easy to park. Corners nicely. It does lean luxuriously in the corners, but you expect that. It's a tall profile car. Reminiscent of the early fighter planes with that front end. So fun to see on the road, and you're not going to see very many, especially not this nice and running this good. I do not have a speedometer needle, but we're having fun anyway. Just bring it to parades, go down the road as fast as you like. Take a look at all the pictures of this Studebaker at UniqueClassicCars.com.